Okay, we're live.
We're live.
We're live. We'll just wait for everybody else to come on, and then you can do your little dip. What
Okay.
kind is it? You'll have to tell it again when the people come on.
I don't
You
I
don't have
don't know if it has a specific name or anything. I'm going to call it a ranch dip. Bill, do you want to turn the Bill? Billy, do you want to turn the refrigerator off? Improve my audio here. I think that like the closest thing to it would be a ranch dip. It's just it's seasonings. And I don't know if they list all the seasonings that are in this, but it's pretty close to a ranch dip without having a lot of spices and herbs in it, because on carnivore we don't eat spices and herbs because they're made from plants. So basically nothing from plants. And I've tested the theory before where I've had, I've been carnivore for almost 90 days. And there's a couple of times where I've eaten someplace that puts a lot of spice on their meat, or just like something like I forgot and spiced something, and I really noticed how it affected me.
You
The
can
other
tell the
day,
difference.
what's
We
that?
have, we have one person. It's Bill.
Hi, Bill. My my coworkers and I ordered some food from a restaurant, and we just got hamburger patties, and they had used a lot of pepper when they were cooking them, and I I ate a couple of them, and then I, like, probably 2 or 3 hours later, went from my desk and worked and walked, well, I don't know how many feet it is, but just into the other room and around my office a little bit, and I could notice how much it was affecting my breathing. I had
Really?
no idea that it would affect it that much, but
The
I was like,
pepper? You think the pepper did it?
oh yeah,
Because I like pepper. Do it.
I do too. I use a lot of pepper, and so I've switched to white pepper because it's lower oxalate than black pepper,
Yeah, I
and
have some white pepper.
it's the oxalates that are the problem.
And white pepper is not that much different. I mean, it's I think maybe a little more potent. I don't know. I never really paid much attention to it. Just used it.
I think it just kind of depends on what you use it in too. Like scrambled eggs. I don't really notice it that much in there, and I'm used to like the cracked black pepper, and so that's pretty strong. To go to just a regular ground white pepper is a little bit different. But I think that what happens is I end up putting so much butter in everything that I don't even taste the pepper anymore.
It says we have two people now watching.
Hi.
I don't know who the other person is, but
No.
maybe they'll come on and say something. It says there's two. Well, now we're
Cool.
back to just Bill.
Just back to just Bill. Yes.
I use butter. I use a lot of butter. My friend came over one time. We were making chocolate cake. Her husband makes this really good chocolate cake, and they came over to make it. And she brought margarine. I'm like, you brought margarine in my house. We don't do margarine.
I have an old-fashioned butter dish that holds like 1 pound, a 1 pound stick of butter. It's so nice to have that because I use that to cook from all the time, and I add a lot of butter to everything. That every pan that I'm making, I add like a spatula of butter. So it's nice to have those big blocks.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And
I went to the store today and I stocked up on butter because I use a lot of it in the restaurant for the desserts and
yeah,
stuff. I use a lot of butter and cream, and yeah.
we
You can buy
just
cream.
picked out one of our local grocery stores. It's an IGA. I don't know if you have those in Oklahoma. but
Not anymore. We used to.
no, the
Yeah.
independent grocers,
Yeah.
they stock some Costco things because we don't have a Costco. Our nearest Costco is 3 hours away. So they stock a few things from Costco, and they're just going to start bringing in butter and cheese and a bunch of other frozen stuff like that. So that's going to be so nice to be able to go there and get big hunks of butter. Like
That's
we
good.
saw.
Yeah. I buy mine at Aldi's. There's a new Aldi's not too far from us, and it's easy to get to, and it's not ever crowded. Um, so I buy better there. But my son's been buying my cream cheese because I go through so much cream cheese, and I get tired of opening up every single little package.
Yeah.
Because it takes 3 packages, 4 packages for one cheesecake. So he ordered that for me, and then he orders my eggs. He orders a graham cracker crust, so I try to find things that he can order cheaper. It's
Yeah.
easier. I don't
So
have
if you get like a big, huge block of cream cheese, then
it's a box of, let's see, 10 boxes, and each one is 3 pounds. Each block is 3 pounds of cream cheese. And so it has the markings on it. So out of one block, I can make 3 cheesecakes. So it's easy
oh
to measure it now, and I don't have to open up every single.
yeah, that's a lot of cream cheese too.
I go through a lot. I make at least 3 cheesecakes a week.
Cream cheese is one of my favorite things. I love it.
You can make so much with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've loved it for so long with just Ritz crackers,
Mhm.
and now I don't eat Ritz crackers anymore. So I found that I can eat it with bacon, and it's really good. Just little chunks of bacon.
I bought pork rinds today. I hadn't bought them in a long time. And Lynn can eat them because they don't have, carbs because his
Yeah,
diabetes, so yeah. I hadn't bought any in so long, but I like those little things of goat cheese, and Aldi's has them in their flavor. They have the cranberry and the honey and the garden veggie or garden whatever it is, and herb, and they're really good. And so I thought, oh, I can use those with pork rinds.
I haven't tried goat cheeses yet, and I need to start. We have another grocer that has a lot of the goat cheeses and specialty stuff, but I just need one that's kind of plain, to start to
Mhm.
try it and see what I can make out of
Yeah,
it.
Aldi's has little ones. They're like this big. And even they have plain here they have plain, and they have honey, and they have the garden and herb, and they have the cranberry one that's coated
We,
in cranberries.
as far as I know, there are no Aldi's in Arizona.
Oh, you guys don't have Aldi's?
Uh-uh. And I don't know what chain they belong to, if they're part of like
They're part of Trader Joe's.
oh, are they?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
They're
we have Trader Joe's in Tucson and Phoenix, but those are hours and hours away from me too. So
How far is Tucson from you?
about 2.5 hours.
Oh, my computer looked really funny there for a minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's turned purple.
I know.
You're back again.
Oh, it turned purple. What happened? Oh
Yeah,
no.
my mom mainly shops at Trader Joe's, but yeah, they're too far from me. So
That's a long ways. I mean, our Trader Joe's is about an hour from me,
that's
and
nice.
I'm not driving an hour to go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like one of the things I want to do when I want to get out, go do something fun. Go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah. They always have really nice flowers. Trader Joe's and Costco always have really nice flowers. Do you have Sprouts
Yeah,
there?
we have Sprouts. Uh-huh. I
Okay.
don't go there very often. They don't ever have everything I want, so I then have to go somewhere else too.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
never.
they have kind of specialty stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you should try goat cheese.
I will. I did use it in that one in the key lime with the coconut cookies. I did use it for that, but I haven't tried like another just plain one to see how it is. And have you tried queso fresco? Yeah.
I have had it before. Yes, I like it too. But I
Mhm.
like all that kind of stuff. I really
Me too.
Goat cheese is really good too.
Yeah,
Now I'm hooked on that.
yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorites. So I can start making the dip. This is very, very simple. I'll try to not make big, huge hands here. It's, I've made this a couple of different ways, and I've made it with sour cream, and with the sour cream one, I put in a little bit of apple cider vinegar to make it a little bit more, to give it like a little extra flavor. So again, with carnivore, we don't use spices, we don't use herbs or anything from plants. Where carnivore is eating anything that's an animal product, and no plants. And there's two reasons for that. If you're eating meat and fat, you're gaining a lot of healing from that because your body is made up of those things, and so your body can use what are in those foods to heal your body. And the other part of it is, if you're not eating plants, you're not eating the toxins that are in plants. So there are phytates, lectins, and oxalates in plants, and those can cause all different kinds of problems. Um, the oxalates are like a crystal, like a tiny crystal, and those are what form kidney stones. But they'll do a lot of other damage also. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I realized that I've had a lot of lymphatic problems, like my lymph system doesn't drain like it should, and pressing on the lymph gland that's in my foot, sometimes you can feel like the little crystals that form in there. And
Really?
so now I know what those are. Those are oxalates. So I'm going for more lymphatic drainage massage so that I can get, hopefully like help all that move through and process that, so I can detox more from the oxalates.
Yeah, where I go to have massages at, they do the lymphatic massage there. I'm trying to get him to do it, but he's been the one guy that I only go to him. I went to the other one and she about killed me.
They're all different, aren't they?
She's a girl. She's not very big, but she about killed me. It was horrible.
Yeah, everyone has such different styles. It's
Uh,
amazing.
I've never ever been hurt in a massage, and I've done deep tissue massages and everything. And I mean, I was just like, and I told Donovan, I'm not going to go. And he's so busy because he's the only full time one. And he works overtime too because they're so busy right now. And so I tell him, I need to make an appointment. I need to do this. He goes, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll work you in.
Well, I've scheduled two coming up so that I can hopefully get this, because I'm like detoxing so much, and so I know that once I get some of that stuff in moving and stuff, that I'm not putting more in, I'm not eating more oxalates, and so it should change a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm really curious as to how I'm going to feel after the massage.
What's
And
the difference in paleo and the carnivore? Is there a difference, or are they?
paleo, you still eat plants. So paleo is eating like a caveman. So like everything that's accessible to cavemen is what they're calling that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that cavemen did eat it. It was just that it's accessible. So, like they say, there were never cave drawings of killing a salad. There were cave drawings of killing meat, and eating that. But there's the one of the things that strikes me is that if you go out into the forest, if I go climb the mountain behind me here, and I'm out there looking for food, I have no idea what's poisonous, and what is okay for me to eat. And
Mhm.
so,
That'd be me.
yeah, and so I don't know what all their theories are of eating like a caveman. Who did they get to test the food first? Just if it was poisonous. So, yeah, paleo is eating what is in nature basically, and meat and some nuts. But they say, if you have to have like true paleo, if you have to have a tool to open it, they may not have been eaten like that. So, but they eat a lot of berries and sweet potatoes, I guess, which are sweet potatoes are really high in oxalate. Spinach, almonds, and sweet potatoes, as far as I understand, are the three worst things.
Really? I love sweet potatoes.
I do too. I love them, and I love almonds. I've used so
I
much
like almonds too, yeah.
flour and spinach. I've eaten so much spinach and thinking that I was doing like the greatest thing, and it was one of the worst things.
And
And
I just did a video on spinach casserole.
if it's cooked, it's better. If it's soaked and cooked, it's better. You can't completely break it down though. You can't completely break down the oxalates, but like beans have oxalates, but you can soak them for a long time and help the process. Even with nuts, you can soak them and kind of break down where they're not as bad, but they're still going to be bad. And then the lectins and the phytates also, you can kind of soak those out of some of the stuff, but you're still getting it. And I tried romaine lettuce. It's low oxalate, and about 60 days into carnivore, I thought I just want to try having some romaine. And so for 2 days, I had the meat that I would eat on some romaine lettuce. Not good. Not good. I felt so much worse. And
Really?
like so many symptoms come back, just from eating the plants. And I was still having the same amount of meat, but just adding the romaine. And so that really gave me more indication of how my body responds to stuff. Somebody else may be totally fine with it,
Mhm.
but how I respond to it was not good. And I really noticed the differences. And there's just it's if you go for a while, so like just living life and eating the standard American diet, you know that you feel bad, but you don't know why you feel bad. And then taking all that stuff out and eating grass-fed beef, you start to feel really good. And then you come back to a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. And you're like, oh, okay. This isn't chronic illness. This is the
Mhm.
food that I'm eating.
Yeah.
So that was very eye-opening to me. So many of the things that we are told are chronic illnesses
Oh,
are not.
there's Cherie's not sure what's cooking here. You caught us this time. You never catch me, Cherie.
Hi, glad you're on here. So let me
Glad
start
she's here
making.
finally.
I'll start making this dip. I'm using whole milk Greek yogurt. So this is hard to find. It's hard to find whole milk yogurt. Usually
Yeah,
it's low
it
fat,
is.
and in carnivore, the more fat, the better. So
So
you want that.
is whole milk good, or do you need milk like from a dairy? Like the fresh milk from a dairy?
A lot of people try to get unpasteurized milk,
Mhm.
and I don't drink milk at all. And some people say that milk is not carnivore. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really done a lot of research on that because I don't drink it. But it does have some carbs, I guess.
It
I
does
do.
have, yeah, it's got carbs. milk.
I do drink heavy whipping cream. I'm still, that's like the only thing that I'm still having that is plant is coffee. And it does have oxalates in it. And I'm using that because when you stop eating oxalates, you detox from them like really hard. And it's called oxalate dumping. And so to just decrease the stuff that you're eating over time that have oxalates, you won't get that powerful detox. And so I'm still using coffee as a way to kind of taper off from the oxalates. And so I'm still having heavy whipping cream in my coffee. I did just find out that both of the brands that we usually buy of heavy whipping cream have an additive in there that's called carrageenan, I think it is.
Carrageenan, yeah. Carrageenan, yeah.
Yeah. And it is seaweed, and it's a thickener. And so it's a plant.
Yeah.
And so I believe that I'm detoxing from that now because I did find another local or Phoenix dairy that has just creamer. And so we've been using that for a few days, and I think I'll notice a difference with that over the next couple weeks. So watch for additives in everything. So yeah.
We have some some farms around here that are selling the unpasteurized milk, but it tastes so different. And goat's milk tastes different too. I tried the almond milk. Almond milk's not bad, but it's not good for you. I thought it was, and I was buying almond milk a lot, and it's not good for you. And then I seen one doctor say that coconut milk is probably the best.
I've tried to have coconut milk in the past, and I just can't. It's too watery for me,
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's watery. It's okay a little bit in coffee. I can do it because we have it at work. And so I tried it at work and when we had made some coffee, and it's not bad, but yeah.
I think it's still.
I would rather have heavy cream.
Yeah, I'd rather have heavy cream. Yeah. I do need to try some unpasteurized milk. I haven't tried it since I was a kid. And well, when I lived in Spain, they don't pasteurize some of their milk too. So I haven't had it for a long time though. But it's like, I think it's kind of like the difference between the commercial hamburger and grass fed. You have to kind of get used to the difference of the two.
Yeah.
So I have my whole milk yogurt, and I'm going to add this Redmond's Real Salt seasoned salt. This has some seasoning in it, but it's more of a salt, and it tastes really good. It adds a lot of flavor. I don't get a reaction off of this like I have with other spices, and so I feel pretty comfortable using this kind of sparingly and just for a treat sometimes, but it adds a lot of flavor, and it does add a lot of salt. So you don't often need more salt than just the seasoned salt with this. And I got this in the little 4-pack of the gift set on Amazon. So I'm just going to put, I think I'll do just a little bit, like 3/4 of a teaspoon into 2 cups of yogurt. And I'm also going to add some of their organic garlic salt. And this is one of my favorites. Again, you don't need very much, just a little bit. And it adds flavor. Mainly what you get is the salt. And just mix that up. This is really tasty. Last night we made New York strip steak and just kind of use this as a dip for the steak. and that was really good.
I bet that is. You don't put anything in your coffee now, Shuri? She says she used to drink it. She just drinks black coffee now. Sometimes I like it just black, but sometimes I have to have something in it.
Yeah, I have tried to have it just black, and actually, for me, the creamer helps to process the oxalates. It can kind of bind with it because the oxalates will pull magnesium and other minerals out of your body so that you can process because they're such a foreign thing. And the creamer kind of helps to lessen that effect a little bit, from what I understand. And so I feel like I'm justified in having creamer, just as long as it doesn't have any other additives in it.
I
So,
always have whipped cream in my refrigerator because of all the desserts and everything. I just went and bought 6 cartons.
yeah, yeah, we always have it too, and it's nice to have that to where you can, if you want a different texture, you can just whip up the whipping cream and just eat it like that. You don't have to. It doesn't always have to be in coffee.
Sometimes I just put a little bit of cinnamon in my coffee. I don't know if cinnamon is bad or good, but it's
It's
supposed
it
to be
is
good
a
for some
plant.
things, for diabetes and everything, but I don't have diabetes. But
Yeah,
this would be good for your blood sugar.
it is a plant, and there's 2 different kinds of cinnamon. There's like the regular cinnamon that we cook with, and then there's a Ceylon cinnamon. And Ceylon cinnamon has different properties in it that are supposed to be kind of detoxing. But
What kind
um,
of cinnamon? What is it called?
Ceylon, it's CEY, I think, LON.
Ceylon. Okay. Oh,
And
how do you get by with only half a cup, Cherie? I couldn't live
half a cup of black coffee.
a day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah.
I did go one time I got really sick and I got really dehydrated. I was so stressed out and I was so tired and I was really sick. And the doctor said, well, you need to not have any caffeine. And I did go caffeine, but it took me like 2 weeks. I did only decaf tea and decaf coffee. I mean, I had such a headache for, I felt miserable and I did it. And then I went back to coffee.
Yeah.
Real sick.
I know I'm trying to find a substitute. I'm trying to find something that, because Bill goes to work early and brings me a cup of coffee every morning. And I feel like that's such a like treasured thing for me. It's such a nice treat. And so I need something to replace that cup of coffee every morning. And I haven't found a suitable substitute yet.
Have
So
you tried chicory?
I haven't, but it's a plant too.
Oh,
So
yeah, it is. It is
yeah.
chicory root.
So like I have to have what's it called? Bone broth or something like that, and I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
So I saw one doctor say that at some point you will be ready to go on the carnivore diet. You change all these things. If coffee is the last holdout, let it be the last holdout until you're ready to give it up. And pretty soon you'll like transition into wanting something else. And so like, okay, I can do that. I'm justified in that. But I'm adding butter to it now. Do you ever put butter in your coffee?
I did. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'd never heard of it before until we had in the hotel, we had some people from Europe. And they're like, oh, you got to try it. Like,
Mhm. Yeah. So now I put like a tablespoon of butter in my coffee because I'm trying to get more. You want a good fat to protein ratio, and so like 70% protein, 30% fat in your diet because we're fueled by carbohydrates and fat. And so if you're not eating carbohydrates, you need to eat fat for fuel. And so trying to up the amount of fat that I eat to give me the fuel that I need for getting through the day. So that means more butter, more creamer, more butter and bacon.
everything's better with bacon and butter. That was my thing even before even the
Yeah,
carnivore stuff
right.
started. I like better with butter and bacon.
Yes. Have you tried cooking bacon in butter?
Not bacon, but I do my hamburgers, my
Yeah.
hamburger patties and butter. But I haven't tried the bacon yet. I bought bacon today, so I might try it.
Cook
And
it in bacon or cook the bacon in butter and then if you're going to eat it right then, take a couple pieces and put it in the refrigerator and let it get really cold and try that. It's like such a treat. So good.
sounds good. I like all that kind of stuff. I try to find things that my husband will do because
Yeah. Well,
it,
this
it,
is
it's hard.
really good. Yeah, I think that my dip is ready. So if the man off the street wants to come and try the dip, this is a totally random person that I just picked off the street here to come in and try this, so we can get an unbiased opinion. I'll have to like scoot down here so that you're in camera. A little bit down, just a little bit. So he's gonna eat this with pork rind.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try it. Not that one, not that. And we've never met before, right? You're a totally random person. I don't even know your name. Right? Yeah.
I just came in the door.
Hi, our treasured home is here. Hi.
Hello. We're trying some carnivore ranch style dip, and this is a random person off the street that I've got to do a taste test. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah.
Would you like this on your steak?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would be good on anything. Except bread. Probably.
Probably.
No bread.
Well, I am going to keep this here in front of me because if I let you take it, you're going to sit over there and eat it and crunch and crunch and
Mm-mm.
No, you wouldn't do that? Okay. All right. Thank you, random person. I appreciate it.
I'll go next door.
He's going to go next door and see if they have anything for him.
Just wandering around looking for food.
Yeah. How he spends his day, I guess.
Cherie said her dad did that butter ever since he was young back in the 40s. It's definitely not a new thing. They used to put it in to take the bitter taste away. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they used to only use butter and they didn't have margarine back then,
Yeah.
and it was only butter because they made it themselves most of the time. But fresh butter is so good. I mean, I make it every once in a while. I'll put it in with the cream, but I wonder if I bought like cream from one of the dairies here, what the butter would taste like. It would probably taste different, but it would be good.
I thought about trying to make that and also trying to make the queso fresco or the farmer's cheese, because both of those look like they're fairly doable. But yeah, I'd have to get some of the fresh cream and try it
Yeah,
out.
I want to make some farmer's cheese. I mean, you can do it with the cream you buy from the store, but like Rita's Roost, she has cows. So she's been doing the keto thing and she uses the cream off the top of
Mm-hmm.
the milk. She just pulls it right off. So I don't know. I might see if any of them have
Yeah.
some fresh cream and see what it tastes like. I bet it'd be good though. But
My
I
mom
know
has
when I make my butter, it's so good. It's just it's different, but it's so good.
an old butter churn, like with the wooden
Mhm.
thingy in it. So I
Nah,
think I probably used my KitchenAid.
yeah, that's what I used. I made it by mistake one time in the cafe. Me and my worker were there, and I had it going in the back, and I'm like, "Okay, let's go whipped cream. We got coconut cream. We got to put it in the coconut cream." And we both walked away and forgot it. She went back there. She goes, "We got sugar."
That can happen.
But it was
Yeah.
good. We put some salt in it, and we used it on our pancakes. We're like, "Oh, there's butter, homemade butter on the pancakes."
Have you ever tried to make any kind of cheese?
I have not tried to make any kind of cheese. I want to. I've just been busy. So now that everything's calming down, then they called me at work today. We had a problem here. Like, I can't come in. I have plans already. You're my plan to come on here and talk.
That's right, set in stone. This was already scheduled.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go to work. I'm too
Yes.
old. The golf tournament about put me under.
I can imagine, and because you're on your feet all the time too, huh?
Well, we do have little stools that we can sit on, but still, it's just being there all them hours.
Mhm.
Every day, 10 hours a day for 10 days. That's a lot of hours for an old person.
I've seen old, you're not old.
I'm getting there. Farmers, oh, sure, farmers can't wait to see y'all's videos on that. Is that a challenge? Now we got to. Cherie says she's waiting.
Has she made butter before?
Have you made butter, Cherie? Have you made farmer's cheese? Maybe we could have a challenge with all of us.
That would be fun. That would be really fun to make different kinds of cheeses.
And I've
Yeah.
only heard of the farmer's cheese that it's the easiest, but there was somebody was watching one video and mozzarella looks easy to make
Yeah.
too. And I've never made it either. My husband's always like, why do you do that? Just go buy it.
It's the challenge. I've heard that like the queso fresco and farmer's cheese, I guess, are very, very similar, and that they are kind of like the easiest ones to make. But I think that feta is kind of easy too.
I like feta a lot. But I can't just have it by itself like that. It has to be in something. It's kind of strong.
Yeah.
Like blue cheese crumbles. I think a keto thing is a hamburger with blue cheese crumbles and bacon crumbles on top.
Yeah. That's very good.
Yeah, we used to have that all the time at the hotel. We had that burger. Blue cheese bacon burger.
I've gotten to like just fried egg and hamburger. So I love that so much. That's going to be one of my next videos coming up, is just I'm making like these, I call them butter eggs because I don't know if there's more butter than egg, but they turn out so good. So that's one of my next videos coming up. Just a lot of butter.
Butter and butter. So yeah, I get confused over all the diet. I don't understand the vegan. I know there people do it all the time, seen them do it, but I just don't understand vegan. Maybe it's because I was raised, we had cows, we had pigs, we had everything growing up. My grandparents raised them, and I just never thought about anything like that. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Well, with vegan, you kind of have to have like access to so much, you kind of have to have the access to the world and access to every season everywhere. And that's one thing that I like and understand about carnivore, is that if you have a couple acres of land, you can sustain it so much easier, like you can have chickens and have the things that you need. Of course, you have to have the grain for the chickens, but I can understand a lot of why veganism, but I also see that there are so many people that have been vegans or even vegetarian for a few years, and now they're coming to carnivore to heal from all of the toxins that are in plants. So I see that over and over and over again, and people talking about like they lived in a country where it's mainly vegetarian type food. They lived there for a few years, and then they got cancer, and now they're trying to heal from that and going into carnivore and using the meat and the fats and stuff to replenish their body and to heal from that. The one thing I did try vegetarian a few years back, and a lot of my hair fell out. So I'm like, that was like my number one sign, like something's wrong, you know, something's not right. If my body is in such distress that my hair is falling off my head in handfuls, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And so going strict into carnivore, like my hair's like growing so thick, and not everybody does that. Some people say that they lose hair right at first and then it starts to grow again. But I there's so much that I feel like is so much more healthy that I'm not wondering about, you know, like it's just I can point back to this is healing, this is healing, this is healing from my diet.
Well, I know I need to do things ever since I had COVID twice, but I did the collagen, so my hair's coming back because I was losing my hair. It's coming back really good now.
Isn't that
I mean,
awesome?
it was in, I feel better, and I know I need to do things. It's just hard to do with.
It's hard to make the switch.
Mhm.
And I tend to like jump into things really fast. And so I jumped into the carnivore diet, and then I learned more about the oxalates and about the oxalate dumping and stuff. And so I kind of backed off a little bit and decided to kind of finish some of the things that were in our house already, and go through some of the food that we shouldn't have, but kind of taper off a little bit over about a month, I think is what we took to do that. And
It's hard to. I have a hard time finding different things to make.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah, and a
it's,
lot of people talk about that they realize that there's just like one or two things that they end up wanting the most. And I know it's the S word, sardines.
I tried them. I can't do it.
Did you try cooking them in butter?
No.
So good. They're so good cooked in butter. And I have a new video coming out about that too, because I made like 6 different types of sardines a week or so ago. So I want sardines, eggs, and hamburger mainly.
I'm
That's what
trying to read Our Treasured Home. She says she's trying to go through her food that they really don't eat and eat that and don't buy it again. I know. I try. I used to be really good at making menus, especially when my kids, you know. So I need to get back into my menu. So I started looking through, and I have cookbooks, so many cookbooks, and some of them.
I'll get another one. It's in the mail.
It's in the middle. I have ground beef cookbooks, and I have, and I have the ones that have the old recipes in them, and how they used to eat. And I know how my grandparents, my grandpa had triple bypass surgery when I was in high school. I lived with my grandma and grandpa a lot when I was growing up. But he ate bacon and eggs almost every day. But and they were always like, "Well, it was your grandpa's diet." No, my grandpa smoked for a long time, and he didn't always eat right, even though he ate the right things. And I think that's a big thing is you just gotta, you know, there's so many bad things that go with the good things. And we grew up, my family's all my kids, everything carnivore. My son owns a steakhouse. So
Yeah.
we have that's one thing our family would never not have is meat.
Yeah, mine too. Mine as well. My dad was a cowboy, so yeah. The book that I sent you, the book and the cookbook. So I sent you like a workbook for keto and then a cookbook also. The doctor that wrote both of those, he lives not far from me, and the way he explained the whole um, cholesterol thing is that your body makes cholesterol, your brain uses cholesterol, and what happens is these plant toxins will go to your heart or go into your arteries and cause damage, and then so your body sends the cholesterol to those areas to try to repair the damage. And so they find so much cholesterol and they blame the cholesterol instead of blaming the plant poisons that are doing the damage, they're seeing that their cholesterol is there, that the cholesterol is like trying to put out the fire, they say, and it's not the cholesterol's fault, it's the plant oxalate's fault, and the cholesterol is just there as a secondary part of it. So I always thought that was really interesting too.
When I first told my husband about it, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I like meat." I'm like, "Yeah." He's not a big steak eater, but he does like steak every once in a while. He does like steak, but we're not big like roast. We don't eat a lot of roast or anything. And he goes, "I don't know if I could do carnivore. I don't know if I could do it all." And I'm like, "Well, maybe we should start going towards keto first, and then slow
That's what a lot of people do too. Yeah, they go to keto and they drop a bunch of weight, and then when they hit a stall, then they'll usually go into carnivore. And then like the next level past carnivore is the lion diet, where people just eat ribeyes or steak of some kind and salt and water, and that's all they eat.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not to that point yet, but
That'd be a long ways off for me.
so it's a little bit more variety. So
So we'll just go slow.
but that is the elimination diet too. And so if there are, that's usually where a lot of people will start if they're having a lot of allergies and stuff. They'll go to this elimination diet where they will just have steak. And then slowly add in other things to see how their body's reacting. And so that's like a clue to me that must be good, because they're not saying cut out everything else but almonds. They're saying cut out everything else but steak. So I'm so happy with this way of eating, and I'm so glad that I found this. I'm so glad that the number one thing that I noticed was the brain fog's gone. And so many years of dealing with that and thinking that it was my thyroid.
Oh yeah.
And fibromyalgia. And then all of a sudden that's cleared. So that must be doing something right?
Yeah. So whenever I started doing the college and the doTERRA, when you got me started on, I had brain fog really bad. Really bad after I had the COVID, and I have long COVID. So I don't really have too many symptoms. My asthma's kind of straightening out now. I don't have it so bad. Every once in a while, I have to hit my my inhaler because the weather here, and everybody who lives in Oklahoma has allergies. It's just we have mold, we have this, we have that, blah 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 blah, but everything else, the brain, just from doing the collagen, my brain fog has lifted a lot, and my fibromyalgia has not been as bad as it was.
I'm so happy about that. I'm so glad. That's so cool.
But I do have a problem remembering all of my MetaPower pills. This everything. I have such a problem remembering that. Maybe I need to get me a little cute little pill box, and it has days. It had to be cute. Make me.
Are you using the oil? Like, do you put the oil on your feet?
Which oil?
The MetaPower.
No, I was using the adaptive.
Okay, yeah. The MetaPower oil, it's really nice. Your toes, your big toe is like the most porous part of your body, and so if you're putting oil on there, it'll absorb really quickly. And so the MetaPower is like it's a blend of different oils that help with like cravings and stuff. And
Yeah.
so
Well, I put it in water.
The oil, okay.
And once I usually drink at least 1 glass of water a day with that in there, but I'll start using it because I do the adaptive in the morning. I use a little bit of gel and stuff on my feet, and I put that on it with it, and a lotion. So
I just ordered beef tallow. A lot of people say they use beef tallow as like a moisturizer. And so I've just ordered some of that to start using that instead of lotions and stuff.
But yeah, I've seen it before. And then they have the kind that they, been around forever, that they rub on them, for cows, their sap here, when their nipples and everything,
Yeah. Is it udder butter? Is that what it's
udder
called?
butter? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try that. And And I have noticed a big difference in how clear my skin is from just eating carnivore and not having, again, that's how a lot of the plant oxalates get out of our body is through our skin too. So cause eczema, psoriasis.
That's good because my face, I've been having um, bumps on my face right here. But I also have a CPAP machine. I have sleep apnea. So I think that's why I'm getting the bumps. So I think I'm going to go to the esthetician at the spa where I have my massages, see if
Mhm.
she can help me with that. But it's Sheree, it's beef. Um, it's tallow. It's TALLOW.
I understand what you said.
Isn't that how it tallow?
Tallow, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You wanna have that jar?
Yeah, she said towel.
Um,
Sure.
that's another thing that people say they're healing on carnivore diet is that they don't snore anymore. They don't have sleep apnea.
Is that what the beef tallow? And it's really just fat.
Yeah.
It's just fat. It's just beef fat that they've done stuff to.
And I also got some duck fat too. So I've tried
like,
that a couple of times.
Yeah, you cook with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to put that on my skin. Yeah, I cook pork belly and duck fat. It's good.
So we used to have where I work at, they used to have a fine dining restaurant and we had rotisserie duck.
Mmm.
And it would,
Nice.
yeah, it smelled so good.
I don't remember that I've ever tried to cook a duck. So at some point I need to do that.
Yeah, well, when I learned how to cook duck, my stepson had a bunch of ducks that he had killed, and it was in our freezer. And I said, I'm going to do something with it. And so I made some appetizers with it. I took duck and I cut it up in little pieces, and I took bacon and wrapped it up. And I put a little seasonings and some different stuff on it. And I baked it, but I baked it a little too long. Duck, you can't cook it like chicken. It can't. It's got to be cooked a little less, or it gets really hard and really dry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I learned. It's not, you don't cook duck a lot.
I've cooked quail before a long time ago, but I haven't done that lately. But yeah, that's like the only other kind of bird I think that I've cooked, except maybe game. What are those called? The little Cornish game hen.
I used to make those all the time. I used to bake them in the oven. They were so good. But now here, they're so expensive.
Hmm.
They used to not be, you could get them really cheap, but now they're high.
Well, if you get the chance, you get the nerve to try some sardines.
Oh no, I've tried them and I just every time, oh, I don't
They
know.
are full of omegas, and I think that duck has a little bit more. Duck eggs certainly have more omegas than chicken eggs.
Oh yeah,
But
they're so rich. Duck eggs are so rich.
sardines have omegas. They have a lot of vitamin D, and I believe that they're high in vitamin E also. And they're you get calcium from them because you can eat the bones and the skin, and they're low in mercury because they're at the bottom of the food chain. They're not eating other fish in the sea, and so they're not getting that kind of mercury from like the bigger tunas and stuff like that. Well, so they're a fish that you can eat more regularly than tuna. So if you just try it, just a pan with butter and a can of sardines with the juices drained off, and just let them fry a little bit until they're unrecognizable. Try to go. Do you like other fish?
Some I like tuna. I like the what is it called? Not the chunk light tuna. The other real white
Albacore.
albacore. I love albacore, but I like salmon.
Yeah.
Hello Girl is here. Girl Who Draws. She just came on. I like salmon a lot. But I like all the little sauces and seasonings you put on salmon.
I haven't tried just cooking salmon in butter yet. I need to try that because my go-to salmon recipe is the one with the brown sugar and chili powder. I
Mhm.
love that. So I'm gonna have to try just cooking it in butter and see how it is.
I
That's
like
another thing that not use seed oils in carnivore. That's a big thing. And people say that when they stop using seed oils, they stop sunburning. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
our treasure home. She doesn't. She's learning to like fish. I Yeah. It took a while, but when I went to Alaska, I had salmon there, and it's so fresh there. So good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, these are probably the only thing that it's hard to find them not cooked in seed oil, and so we try to not have them every day, the pork rinds, but yeah, cutting those out of our diet is a good idea.
It's hard here finding things because I have to drive all the way to Tulsa to some of the specialty grocery stores to find anything that's not. Walmart here is getting a little better on having different things to try,
Yeah.
gourmet stuff and everything. It's getting a little better, but like the yogurt,
Hmm.
yeah, it's hard to find stuff like that.
If you do get sardines, you want to make sure that they are in water, that they're not in another oil or have spices and stuff in them.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna send you a package of them, like I did my mom. She's like, "You used to send me cookies, and now you send me sardines." An 18-pack.
I'll try almost anything. The only thing is I'm allergic to shellfish,
Hmm.
and I have to watch different things like that. I really have to watch vitamins and different. I don't know why they think they have to add um, iodine to them, and iodine's what I'm really allergic to. And
So, do you notice that with the Carrageenan then in the
Carrigan, I don't know because I don't know if what I have that has that in it. And
with the seaweed? I would think that it would have a lot of iodine in it.
yeah, I don't know. There could be some things, and I have reactions to it that I just don't realize. But
Right.
I watch my vitamins that I take real close on what's in them, and none of them that I take have carrageenan in them.
Well, I'm so glad that the collagen doesn't have any in it. That you're able to take the collagen powder.
Yeah, because there was a lot of them that I checked out that no, they had iodine in them, and I don't understand why they think they have to add iodine to stuff. And
I
in
don't know.
medicines, even allergy medicines and stuff, if I buy over the counter, I have to watch it because they add povidone to it, which is a form of iodine,
Yeah.
and I have to watch that too. They do it Tylenol, Advils. It's a filler. They use it as a filler.
I've noticed that this year my allergies are way, way, way better. And a lot of people say carnivore just took their allergies away completely. I know that a lot of the stuff is gone just from the collagen powder too, but carnivore just takes it that one more step, where your body just doesn't react the same anymore.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Our treasure home, she only has chicken. She chicken and turkey. I like chicken and I like turkey. I
Oh
like
yeah, this is another one that I've cooked. Yeah.
I have to. It's a lot. I have it a lot.
What are some of your favorite turkey um, dishes? What do you like to cook with turkey?
Mine, turkey and dressing.
Yeah, because last year for Thanksgiving we just got a turkey breast and had that. It was so good. It was so nice and easy. But I
Yeah,
don't
I've had those turkey breasts. Because a lot of times it's just me and my husband here on Thanksgiving because I work. usually I have to work on Thanksgiving Day. So I just fix something quick for us, and I'll do sometimes a turkey breast, and then we have something different with all the kids. Like on that Saturday. We almost always have it Saturday or Sunday after Thanksgiving. And they're just enough. That turkey breast is just enough to bake and have. It's really good.
We need to, we were at Home Depot earlier and looking at some smokers that they have, and we need to invest in that, and
Yeah.
about buying like an outdoor electric grill where we can cook a lot of our stuff outside, and it'll be nice to get some of that stuff where we can have different flavors. It's still meat, it's still the same carnivore stuff that we're eating, but cooking it just a little bit different way gives it a different flavor and adds some variety to what you're doing. So
Yeah. My daughter's boyfriend said he was bringing me a smoker. My
cool.
husband's like, "You don't need a smoker." Like, well, make it different because I had a grill. I had a grill and it had a rotisserie. And it was a smoker. The tornado took it.
Oh no, ran off with it, huh?
Well, it kind of twisted it around. It's twisted, and the gas thing wound up over here, and the part of the grill was this way, and another part was this way.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine.
It was big. It was really big. It was probably, I don't know, 3 feet at least long, and it just
Wow.
lost my grill.
Oh.
So I have just a little one now that you just put the little propane on, just enough for us.
Well, we're looking at the Ninja. That's an electric outdoor. It has you can put pellets in for smoking,
Yeah.
or use it as an electric or griddle or whatever. And so we're thinking about getting one of those that would be quick and easy, and just because there are a few months out of the year here that are just so perfect for stuff like that. And there's sometimes in June and July where you don't want to heat up your house inside by turning the oven on or anything, and so
Yeah.
double
I
your
cooked in
electric
my
bill.
air when it was so hot here last summer, because here it can be 110. It feels like it's probably 150, It's so humid and so hot. I cooked in my air fryer a lot
Yeah.
just to keep from heating the house up. I don't know what I'm going to do when I have to do desserts in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Probably have to do it late at night.
I haven't invested in an air fryer yet, and that Ninja has a fan on it, so I think it's like an air fryer too.
It
So.
probably is. My son built his smoker. He had somebody weld it for him, and he has a pretty good sized smoker. He loves to do that. I'm surprised he doesn't take it to the restaurant and do some, and he might.
Mhm.
But
Like special occasion stuff.
yeah, for like Easters and things like that, when people want smoked hams and smoked, smoked turkeys and stuff. Because there's another place here in town, they don't do that. They only do it at holidays, and they only do just very, very few. You have to order them. So I think maybe he will when he gets everything straightened out. He's still straightening things out. He's only been back from his honeymoon 2 weeks.
Well, the guy that made the salad with cowboy butter with me, the steak salad, he's he smokes briskets and stuff, and so we've had him smoke briskets a couple of times. I would like to be able to learn how to do that. My dad used to do that too, and he built himself a barbecue because he was a welder. But I can't get that one from here because everything that he built is like 3,000 pounds, really heavy to move. So I'm stationary with that house.
Yeah,
But
they're hard to move, and hey, I think Matt put wheels on his so he could move it.
Yeah, it would be nice to learn how to make briskets, especially those. I like that meat.
Be a pit master.
Yeah. Yeah, first I think I gotta learn with hamburger first, right? That's the progression. Start with grilling a hamburger, and if I can do that, I can move up.
Yeah. Butter is good though on hamburgers. It really makes them moister. I do it all. I've been doing that for a long time. I need to try the cream cheese burger.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that's another video that I need to make is I just take a package of hamburger and fry it in a skillet, not make it into patties or anything, just like fry it and add a block of cream cheese to that too. And so it's just, I don't know what that's called, if it's a specific recipe, like, is that Salisbury steak or something? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Or another recipe, I can't think of the name. But that's like a treat because it adds so much flavor to that hamburger, and then it's another thing that's good to eat with pork rinds. It sounds weird, but it's a good combination. Yeah, those patties with the bacon cooked into them like that, totally different too.
Oh, I cook bacon at least 3 times a week.
Yeah. Yeah, with it chopped up and then added to the hamburger, and then cook the bacon, chop it up, add it to the hamburger, and then cook the patty with the cooked bacon in it, and then add the cream cheese to the top.
So is sausage on carnivore too, or no?
It is, but it kind of depends on the type and who's made the sausage, because you don't want a lot of spices in it.
Yeah.
So I think really strict carnivores won't eat anything that has any kind of spices added to it. But there are more like the relaxed carnivores that will eat sausages and stuff that have a few spices. I don't know if they'll go as far as like a chorizo, like that's too much, but some people do. And some people use like Frank's red hot sauce just to add to different things, just to break up the monotony a little bit. I don't feel like I need that at this point. I just like crave the meat and butter. So yeah, if it's from an animal, then you can have it. If it's from any kind of plant, that's when you want to have very little of it or none of it.
Yeah.
But
I don't understand them plant-based chicken and plant-based. It's processed.
no, I tried one time at work. We were going out to eat, and I got a Beyond Burger from Burger King, and I thought that with the way that they cook stuff, that it would have kind of a different flavor, but you could still just taste the soy, so much of the soy.
Mm.
It's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
Nothing's the same. Nothing's like hamburger and steak.
The soys and all of the carbohydrates that we eat are depleting so many other vitamins out of us, and causing so many health problems, and like just from the study that I've read, the amount of testosterone that men have decreased like 20% in the last 20 years. And a lot of that is because of carbohydrate consumption.
So many people eat out so much, and we still do once in a while, just because if we're out and we just got to stop somewhere. But it's just as cheap to go to a restaurant and sit down and eat and have something that's probably a little better for you than
Mm-hmm.
fast food. But you see, I mean, they show pictures of people that were like in the 70s, where there wasn't, everybody was pretty fit back then. They didn't eat out. I
Yeah.
don't remember, like when I was growing up, as old as I am, I'm 60. I remember the biggest thing was my cousins coming from Oklahoma City to Tulsa to visit, and we got to go out and eat.
Uh-huh.
And we hardly ever ate out.
Yeah.
We just, that was a big thing. We would go to a Mexican restaurant, or we'd go to the International House of Pancakes.
Yeah. There's been a couple of times where I just had to have something, and so I got just a hamburger patty, like with cheese, from
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's or wherever. And as long as they say that it's USDA ground beef, then they have to have 100% USDA ground beef on their menu. and like In-N-Out Burger, and I don't think Culver's is though, but there's some fast food chains that are acceptable. Like you can get by with those, but like Bill and I were talking, we mainly eat grass-fed beef from our local butcher, and we were talking about how much we spend there every week. But then if we really look back on how much we were spending going out to eat and just on groceries every week, it's less. It's less to get grass-fed beef and bacon and pork belly and steaks and stuff like that. All that stuff that we're getting, it's less expensive than what we were spending before.
I know. So like Aldi sells black Angus beef. They sell a lot. That's their main thing. So I bought some today. Because we usually go to the meat place here in town and buy meat, but I thought, well, I'm gonna try their black Angus beef and see what it's good because it's grass. They advertise it grass fed, blah blah blah. Black Angus beef, and Black Angus is supposed to be, I don't know.
Pretty
That's
good.
that's what my son said. His hamburgers are Black Angus beef, and they're good. They're really good. But I would rather have a hamburger from there than go to somewhere else and have a hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a little bit different flavor. And I noticed it right at first, when we went from just buying like Safeway ground beef to buying the grass fed, I noticed a little bit of a flavor difference. Now, if we go back and forth between the two, every now and then we'll just grab some hamburger if we're at Safeway. I don't really notice it anymore. I guess it's kind of my flavor stuff changed or whatever, or I'm adding enough butter and salt that I don't even notice the flavor anymore. But
I can tell the difference if we buy cheap hamburger.
yeah,
If we, if I just buy some just because I have to grab some real quick, or it's not from the butcher here in town, I can tell the difference in the taste. I can tell the difference.
if it's like maybe some of the cheaper ones, I can tell a difference now still. But like with the Safeway stuff, I can't really. The stuff that's fresh there from Safeway, I can't really tell a difference now.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try all these. I haven't ever tried their Black Angus beef. So I'm going to try it.
Yeah. Let me think.
Because we always go to the meat market down here, but I go to Aldi's a lot more than I go there.
This salt makes a difference also. This is the Redmond's real salt. It's not the Himalayan pink salt, as far as I understand. This is mined a little bit differently than the Himalayan. So it says it's an ancient fine sea salt. And this is what Dr. Berry recommends, and he's one of the top carnivore diet doctors. And so that's why I got these other seasonings, is because they're all using the Redmond's ancient sea salts. And it has a little bit more mild of a flavor than the Himalayan. And it's good, and it doesn't have any of the Himalayan pink salt, I guess, can have some toxins in it. And the way that it's mined and stuff, it can have some issues. And so if you're looking for a really good brand of salt, it doesn't have iodine in it. It's not iodized. It's just ancient fine sea salt.
I have to try it. I just bought some pink Himalayan salt. I have kosher salt, have all the kind of salts, different stuff like that. But I did buy some pink Himalayan with some chili flakes in it. It's supposed to be 100% Himalayan, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll try it, I guess, and see.
This is one that's a good one if you're needing to boost your electrolytes and stuff. Like, you can add this to your water or whatever, and just drink it if you're dehydrated or something. It'll be a good one to add.
Oh wow. have to
I
remember
miss it so much.
I get dehydrated easy.
Do you?
And I haven't in a long time. I drink a lot of water though. I lost a lot of weight after COVID because I was so thirsty the whole time and nothing tasted good except water. Tea, coffee, pop, nothing tasted good. Just water. That's all I
I
drank.
suspect that the collagen would be helping with that, where you don't get dehydrated as quickly.
Mhm.
Have that feeling that would help you.
Probably will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I need to try your dip. I need to see if I can find that full fat yogurt.
Yeah, yeah. We've got some New York strip. We're gonna cook those up in butter and have that on our
So
steak.
does that have as many carbohydrates as regular yogurt?
Um, I don't know what regular yogurt
I know
has.
Greek yogurt has less than regular yogurts.
This says it has 7.
Oh,
Would be too low.
that's good. Yeah, that's low. That's really good. I'll see if I can find some.
Yeah, or like I said, I can make this with sour cream also, and it's just a little more tanginess with the yogurt. Gives a little bit different background flavor.
Yeah, I imagine each one be something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll have to try it. I bought some um stuff today, so we just got back from Aldi's a little bit ago.
It's so fun to try to invent new stuff, for us to try too.
Yeah.
And new combinations of stuff. That steak sauce that I made that I have the video for, have you tried that?
No, not yet. Uh-uh. I haven't had time to do much anything. I'm getting back into trying. It was busy 2-3 weeks there for a while.
Have you ever tried the black truffle salt?
I have not. I have.
Oh.
And we had black truffle salt at work, and we had the black truffle with the oil. So good. It is really good.
Really, really good.
Yeah, it is. It's so mild and just real good.
Nice flavor. Yeah, you have been like super busy those last couple months. So
It seems like months, but it was really just
a few hours.
I know that's why I told him I'm not coming in tonight. No, no,
Mhm.
no, no. You guys are gonna have to do it without help. I
I'm
don't even know
saying
who
that
you're
way.
gonna get. When I retire, I don't know who you think you're gonna get to work for you.
Yeah. That's good.
They're funny. It's all right. So yeah, you started a lot of controversy on your news break articles.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There's just from learning so much, I feel like I just want to share it, and yeah, and there's so many different opinions out there and so much different beliefs, so many different beliefs. So
And it's whatever works for you is what
it is, and it that can always change, it can change to what was working for you a year ago may not work anymore. And so as long as you are teachable and adaptable to trying new things, then you can survive easier, But yeah, I'm so grateful that I learned about this. I'm so grateful that for trying the collagen and seeing all the benefits that I got just from the collagen, and thinking, this is really good. Let's see what the next step is, let's see how I can make it even better.
Yeah.
And because I've heard about the carnivore diet for many years. I've been keto before, and it was just that all that layering of information that finally got into my head and clicked somehow, and like, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do now. So I'm very grateful.
Now I just got to kind of ease my husband. He's the one that he just kind of, I don't think I like that.
Well, you have to be the leader here. You have to show how brave you are and eat sardines.
He likes
Cool.
them.
Try having some in butter. It's a big difference. It's
Okay.
you know, and then also the ones that I made when on this video that's coming out here pretty soon, the one that I made in duck fat, it really takes away a lot of the fishy flavor to the sardines. I was very surprised with that.
Good. Good to know. Well, I'll try. We'll see.
And yeah, I don't expect you to eat them for breakfast like I do, but
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I'm surprised I eat them for breakfast. But I just crave them. I just crave them so much, and I know that they're doing so much good for me. So, yeah, I keep eating them.
Yeah. So yeah. So now I got to try the dip. I got to go make me a menu and get some more stuff I need at home and start trying some different stuff.
Well, you get the keto cookbook by Monday. You should have it Monday. So,
okay. All right. Well, we got to do another. We got to do some more videos. We haven't done any in so long.
I know.
Been a while. Trisha, she's laughing. She's LOL, LOL.
Sardines are good.
She doesn't like fish either. She's like, I don't know. She says, I'm trying to learn how to like fish. Well, I mean, salmon is really good for you, and if you cook it right, it's really good.
Yeah,
I like it grilled the best. If you can kind of sear it in a pan is good. Sear it with some butter and stuff. It's really good. My mom used to make salmon patties.
Yeah, I've never liked salmon patties. Yeah.
No, my mom was not a good cook. She never watches YouTube. She didn't even know anything about it. She just now got herself a Facebook page. I don't know how she did it because she was always, how do you do Facebook? How do you do Facebook? When she was in the hospital and bored, she set herself up on a Facebook page. But when she types, I don't know what she does to it. When she types, it's like, where did those letters come from?
Yeah, there's a learning curve with that for sure.
Yeah, she always tells everybody, well, she's a better cook than I was, but my grandma was a really good cook. My grandma, she was. Bill says they're really good for you for something that's so small. Mm-hmm. So are eggs.
Yes. Yeah, we eat a lot of those too.
Yeah, we do
I
too.
do have eggs for breakfast too.
I try. Sometimes I get up too late. I just go straight on into lunch, but because Lynn's already been awake for a while, and when I wake up, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna go straight to lunch.
That's the reason I like having the butter in my coffee. The butter and cream is because it kind of gives you that feeling of fullness with both of those.
That's good. I'm gonna try the butter and cream in my coffee. I've tried the butter by itself, but not with cream, and see how it tastes.
It's pretty
We'll do another one, but we need to do like a challenge again. We haven't done a challenge for people in a while. Those are fun. I'm surprised more people don't do them, but we're having the last one. We had quite a few people.
Yeah.
The challenge was fun. What was the last one? I can't remember. Omelets. We had omelets.
Yes.
Or not. That wasn't a challenge. That was a collaboration.
Yeah.
With a passion fruit was the last one.
Rice and what was it? I can't think of the third ingredient now. Oh, the candy hearts.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
one was really fun.
that was fun to do. That one was fun. Maybe
Yeah,
think of some 4th of July-ish.
with carnivore, it won't be so interesting because it'll be like butter, cheese, and beef. So we'll have to think of what, like liver. No, I know I can't stand that either yet. So maybe sometime my taste will change on that too. But
No
yeah,
liver.
what can you make with liver, kidney, and I was like, no, I don't want that either. So yeah, we'll do like hamburger and mozzarella or something like that.
So
We'll
now
do a lot
I've got to try farmer's cheese now. I have to try it.
yeah, yeah. I definitely love that queso fresco. So if it's anything like that, it'll be really good.
I'm sure. I always forget to put enough salt in my stuff like that. And I don't use a lot of salt, so it's hard.
A lot. I use a lot, a lot.
I don't use a whole lot. I do like salt, but I don't like over salt things. Try not to.
This is about 2 months old and it's almost gone. I just ordered another 2-pack. It's a lot.
I'll have to look at that. I've been looking. I know we have some. I was talking about how many shipments we have of stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got boxes everywhere again. We just got rid of boxes this morning. Now we got a big pile again.
I just did the same thing. Yeah, I put a bunch so Bill could like take them to the trash like every time the trash is dumped because I had so many boxes that yeah. It's not that I order stuff. It's just that Amazon brings me stuff, right?
Yeah, they just know what you want.
Yeah, just random. Yeah. I don't have a problem. I can quit anytime.
I know eBay. I do. I shop on eBay a lot too. And I don't know. And I bought stuff from that Timu. I did. I should be ashamed. But it's I bought t-shirts. They were so cute.
Oh, cool.
T-shirts and earrings.
Well, I haven't hardly ever go to a store. Like I will go to one of our local grocery stores maybe once a week or so, but just for a few things. You know, I never leave with more than one bag of groceries, just kind of some specialty stuff for my videos. But I don't really ever go to another store. So most of what I do get is on Amazon and it's all kinds of like the electrolyte powders and just video stuff and different kinds of things like that. So I
So
feel like
many of them are closing and just going to online stores. Bed Bath and Beyond is closing all their stores.
all of them really. Oh.
But it said I got it because I buy from Bed Bath and Beyond, and I usually buy online from Bed Bath and Beyond. I know because it's so far for me to drive. It's about almost an hour drive for me to go to Bed Bath and Beyond too. So I order online. So I got a notice today. All stores are closing. This is your coupon for 40% off.
Hmm.
So I guess I'll start looking, see what they got. I like Bed Bath and Beyond. I
My
find it written to send my husband to the Way Beyond all the time.
our little dog has a problem with her sebaceous glands, like her sebaceous glands are not working right, and so we're trying to get her more comfortable, and so I'm trying to get away from like the microfiber blankets, which is most of her bedding, and going to cotton so that it's not absorbing everything because she's like dehydrating from the inside out kind of, and so we're changing all her of her diet and trying to change her environment. That's really hard. It's really hard to not find bedding that has plastics in it. So
Yeah, so much, but they're getting back. I mean, there's so many that are just doing the natural stuff again. Our
I
dogs,
love my bamboo sheets. I love those so much.
bamboo sheets, yeah.
Mhm.
Now they have the bamboo bowls. They have
All
and they used to make in the 70s. They used to make all kinds of bamboo stuff. They
mhm.
quit. Now they're
Yeah.
back. Everything comes back around again.
Yeah, and they're trying to make more hemp stuff too, because that's so easily reproduced. You know, like the hemp plants will grow so fast that
Mhm.
they can make more of it. But yeah, we're finding just pure 100% cotton blankets is I don't know that I could find them here in my town. So
Yeah, you have to
that's
order them online.
buying
Yeah.
on Amazon. Yeah.
We have to buy special dog food for our older dog. I don't
Hmm.
know. We may have to start going online and looking because it's a special kind. We've tried different ones. Tried the IAMS on him, tried the other one, Science Diet. None of them. There's one brand Walmart carries, and it's kind of a Walmart brand, but it's a special for older dogs that have digestive issues, and that's his problem. And they went up $5 more a bag on it.
We were buying like $70 a bag prescription dog food for her, and she was still having a problem. So we went totally carnivore for her too. So she was eating mainly just the dog food from our butcher that our butcher produces, and now she's having she likes chicken and turkey and duck eggs because they have a lot of omegas that are good for this condition that she's got, and she eats sardines.
Well, I'm sure Luke he doesn't hardly have any teeth left, and so I have to watch what I feed him too because
Yeah.
he can't chew it real good. So I don't know if he could do steak or not. But I mean, anything that's rich like that, he can't handle.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
It has to be really bland. He has to have
I
bland.
think that's why she likes the turkey also, just ground turkey cooked in like some of the beef tallow.
Maybe
And
he might could do something like that, but I don't know.
yeah, yeah, because the dog food that we got from the butcher, it's got all kinds of organ meat and everything in it, so it's really rich. It's really rich.
And he can't.
So,
He gets sick of anything anything that has red dye in it makes him
mhm.
sick. Yeah. And this one kind of Walmart, and they quit making stuff all the time. And we've tried so many times, and this one doesn't have dyes, doesn't have a bunch of different stuff, and it's bland. So he
Well,
still eats.
she's she's drastically improved in the last week or so from and she's been carnivore since we started, hasn't she? So like 2 months she's been carnivore, and we're just seeing now her start to turn around where she's getting more back to herself again. So we're
And how
so
old is she?
she's 13.
Luke's 11. I think he's just, but he was a rescue dog, so I don't know. You know, with a rescue dog, and he was probably a puppy mill dog. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what kind of issues he has. He has issues. We
Yeah.
thought we were going to lose him last week. He was really bad, but this week he's kind of come out of it. He's eating his food again. He's jumping around. He's barking at the door.
You
So
know, another thing that we had to do with Ellie is we started giving her Pedialyte just because the other electrolytes that I have we thought might be too strong for her. So we started giving her Pedialyte, like a tablespoon or so in her water every now and then. And I think that that's made a big difference for her too.
he
So I
may
don't
need that.
know.
He might need it. He drinks water fine. He's
Yeah,
never
and she
been
does
a
too.
water
Yeah.
drinker though.
But
So
you can drink so much water that you deplete your electrolytes too, you know. So that's kind of why
mhm.
I was thinking that she'll guzzle water, but I thought maybe she just needs those extra salts and um whatever else, you know, magnesium, potassium, that kind of stuff to balance
Well,
out.
if Luke's doing it, Stumpy thinks he has to do it too.
I thought Stumpy ruled the roost.
He does. Yeah, him and the cat have been having it out lately. I had
Oh no.
these bags and I set them in the floor, and Ted got in the bag and slept. It was just these little bags I take to Aldi's with me. And Ted liked it and went in there and slept. So Stumpy decided he had to go in there too because Ted was in there, and Ted came out with both paws.
Oh, poor Stumpy. He didn't deserve that kind of treatment, huh?
But they chase each other through the house all the time. They're
Yeah.
fun. Well, we've been on here for almost 1.5 hours. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get this to Bill so he can he'll eat the rest of this in one sitting.
Well, be careful with those strange men that you're feeding.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The random man that just came on the street, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
This was the
Well-
best stop on the whole street.
this was a stop.
This was the best stop on the whole street.
Oh, this was the best stop on the whole street, he says. So, yeah. Yeah. So we'll have to plan for another one in a couple weeks, and we'll have another recipe by then.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe I'll have something. I'm always doing something with cream cheese, though.
Yeah, and when you get the cookbook, maybe you can find a good keto one that you like in the cookbook and
Yeah.
try it out.
Look.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and tell Bill to enjoy that dip there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing good. Well, thank you, and thanks everybody for coming on, and we'll have more and more.
See everybody soon. I have a bunch of double cookbooks that I bought again, so I'll probably do like next time we'll do a cookbook giveaway. I have
Oh.
like 3 that I bought 2 of again. I took pictures of them once, and then I thought it was I thought I had them all. You know that I had the pictures of them all, so I took them, and then I noticed that I didn't put the other ones in there and took pictures. So I don't want to send them back to Goodwill or something. Give them away to somebody that might want them.
That's fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know now more about the carnivore.
Cool. All right.
I was trying to read there wasn't any more comments. Okay. Well, I will talk to you later, and
Okay.
we'll do another one in a couple weeks.
Thank you very much.
See ya. Bye.